Welcome everyone. This is our Thursday morning production call. I am super excited about this one. We're going to have some guests, Mr. Billy Newbauer and Jimmy Martinez, aka Batman and Petrie. Um, we'll put in the chat in a little bit, decide on which one's which. You'll get it when you hear them. and But we got a great one lined up. We're going to interview them, go over just some of the cool stuff that they've been doing. If you saw what we posted in Band, right between both of them, they've already in less than 4 weeks they've got about 12 13 applications for like 13 14,000 in production. Super cool to watch these two teenagers do this. And Petrie, we barely we skated that through just in time because your birthday's coming up, so you're almost not a teenager, right? But just super cool to watch you two. I'm excited about this. Before we get into it, I always love to talk about this call is a 1 hour long call. Right, you're not going to remember everything. Please make sure you have a pen and note paper out. We take this super seriously, even for myself as a learning experience. We got some great stuff that we're going to talk about. We were prepping earlier, so I'm super excited. But right, being an hour long call, make sure you take notes. Don't go change your entire way of production or business. Right, just take a couple of nuggets and then go apply it to your business. And let me tell you, these two gentlemen have some really cool stuff for y'all. Um, and then, right, if anything helped you, if y'all can please post on Band, right? Again, we're a large community that works together in the Cook hierarchy, and it really does help others. So if y'all can post, right, whatever helped you, help more families, uh, someone else will see it and go out and do the same. So let's just dig into this again. First, let me introduce and do a proper introduction to these two gentlemen. If you don't already know, first, right, we got Mr. Jimmy Martinez. This is James Martinez's son, so he is my nephew. He's working in our office out of Texas, and man, he's been doing some really cool stuff. I think you attempted to start a couple of years ago, and he's been he dialed before for a little bit for James, but just decided to jump all in. Right, sees the value in this company in this industry, and just super excited, Jimmy, to have you going. Already wrote in his first. He wrote, booked his first appointment, wrote his first house for 2,800. That was super cool. Instant approval with Americo. So that was super cool. And then Mr. Billy Newbauer, right? That is Mark Newbauer's son. Dude, I've known them for about 7 years too. I've watched them grow up from little kids to this, and it's super cool to watch you do this, Billy. Just his activity has produced him over 9,500 in production, which is insane. And again, they're just following the system, and we're going to get into it. First, let's do a quick introduction. Jimmy, anything, right? Introduce yourself, where you're from, and just what made you decide to finally jump aboard.
I'm Jimmy. Hi, everybody. And I would say I started because I did the 9 to 5. And I mean, I started working at, was it 16 or 17? So I was kind of like going through like the 9 to 5, and I was seeing how it works and how everything is. And then I did try to do this, as you said, and I just wasn't committed the first time. And the first time I was just like, I'm just gonna, I'll do it and I'll get to it. I'll get to it. And eventually I'll get to it. Eventually I just stopped completely. And I realized after another year of working a 9 to 5, I was like, I don't think I want to do this no more. I don't, I want something more. I'm looking for something more. I actually want to like start a business. I want to do something else. So then I was like, okay, this second time, I'm like, I'm gonna commit to this. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna go forward with this because I gotta stop saying I'm gonna do this and just do it. And that's exactly what I did.
Love it, love it. And then 19 going on 20.
Yep,
When's your
19 going
birthday?
on 20.
November.
November 23rd.
Love it, love it. We're excited, buddy, for you, Mr. Billy.
Hi guys, I'm Billy Newbauer and I'm 18 years old. Birthday was May 23rd this year. And um, yeah, like Jimmy said, I just decided that this is something I want to go all in for. So I started committing a lot last month and just knew the numbers, learned the numbers, stuck to the script system, and now everything's playing out like I planned it to. So yeah.
I love it. Right, and let's dig into this and right. One, the reason I wanted these two gentlemen on here, I think, or I don't think, right? This business is hard, but not physically. It's mentally tough, right? It's right. We got to be willing to put ourselves out there, right? We're talking to people, we're getting rejected. We gotta learn a script, and people got to hear it, and it's super intimidating, and just being able to work with these two these past couple of weeks, right? It just reminds me of just we overcomplicate it as an adult, right? Like, and I really want y'all to think about this, right? Like, we think of so many other scenarios that exist that these two gentlemen just don't even know about, right? Like, they're just like they're I love it because they're young and they're a sponge. And I promise, if we just treated ourselves and gave ourselves the ability to just think like a teenager in this industry, we would find so much more rapid success and fast success, right? Because we're the older we get, right, we've experienced embarrassment and all these right failures in other industries or whatever it may be. And I promise you, we're putting that in the forefront versus these two are just right in a great way naive, and they're just like, well, what do I need to do? $200, okay, right? Learn the script, okay, right? You just need me to say this in the house, okay, right? And right, so a great message I would love for y'all to write down is right, like what would a teenager do, right? What would the younger version of myself do? And not overcomplicate this is going to be one of the biggest things. So we're just going to do some rapid fire. Everyone feel free, right, to unmute and ask a question, long as it's topic related. But one of my favorite ones to start with for both of you, we talked about this a little bit earlier. And I don't think this has a lot to do with the success that y'all are finding. Why Symmetry, right? What do y'all think about this industry? What do y'all think about Symmetry right now? Let's start with Jimmy.
Yeah, so I would say I was definitely interested in the insurance industry, and Symmetry wasn't like my first option because I was weighing my options out. New York Life, I was looking at it. One of my biggest things that I saw with Symmetry though was the commission rate. This is remote, you could work from anywhere, and then just the potential it has. Like you could literally build a business from this because this is a business, and I saw that and I was all like, oh wow, okay, yeah. And it was pretty much like for me common sense like okay I gotta go with Symmetry. So yeah I would so that's like pretty much how I weighed my options and like why I chose Symmetry because I saw like where this could lead to the passive income, the huge agency that it could become, and I just saw the potential, I would say.
That's cool. That's cool. As a 19-year-old, for you to see that, buddy, that is super cool. Billy, why Symmetry? Why this insurance industry?
Yeah, I chose Symmetry because I don't see it as a working or a job. I just see it as an opportunity to change my life for the better. It's like a vehicle that's going to allow me to get where I want in the rest of my life, which is doing music and performing at raves and stuff. But like I thought about, yeah, like I could just get a 9 to 5 or some side gig on the side, and I could scrape by as a starving artist. But what if instead I just commit to this for a few years and then for the rest of my life, I never have to worry about money again? It just works for me at that point. So,
That's cool. That's cool. Both of y'all to see that vision right at your age and see the company like that. It's very, very impressive. Um, let's stay on that a little bit. Like, right. I mean, it's still a big decision. You have to go get your license, right? It's not only have y'all done that and y'all see that vision, both of you are already recruiting. You both already have hired folks and bring them on. I mean, tell me a little bit about that because uh, you see this as such a great opportunity already that you're bringing people on. And look, yes, y'all's dads are in the industry, but neither of your dads are making you go recruit and build. Um, Tell me about that. I mean, why did y'all decide to build a recruiter, right? And what are y'all doing for that? I think that's super cool.
Jimmy, do you want to go
Jimmy.
first on that?
Oh, sure, yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah, for recruiting, uh, I mean, yeah, one of the things I definitely wanted to do is build my agency. And that was something I was like, when I saw that and what you could do with that, and I saw the numbers, and I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely want to do this. So I would say, I mean, yeah, I just want to share the opportunity because I saw like what this could become. I'm like, man, and I want to like, I know I have some friends too that they're all like, I'm kind of tired of this 9 to 5. And I'm like, hey, are you interested in it's a remote job. And it's like, and I tell them, and then they're all like, oh, you for real? And then, yeah, and then that's how I got my first hire pretty much. And then, yeah, and I also have two more people that are going to be on board pretty soon as well. So, yeah, that's,
That's cool. What'd you do? How'd you find him? What'd you do on Facebook? You posted a video. What'd you do?
yeah, I posted a video on my Instagram, and then I just pretty much said if anyone needs if they're looking for a remote job and this is a fully commissioned job, and I just pretty much said that, and then if you're interested, just DM me and I'll send you the details, and then I got a couple people. I gotta make another one today actually, but yeah.
I love it. I love it. Again, right? Think like a teenager. As adults, we are so afraid to say, "Hey, we're hiring. This is a fully commissioned position," right? And a teenager doesn't even know the difference, right? We know the difference because we're like, "Oh, we need a not we need an actual paycheck. We need a salaried position," or all these other thoughts in our head stop us from doing something that Jimmy didn't even second guess. He's just like, "Hey, why don't you want to work a fully commissioned position? I do." Right. Like I just want y'all to think of things like this because that's what's stopping us in a lot. And we got some really cool stuff about dialing and stuff coming from that. But uh, it just super cool, Jimmy, to see you do that. And Billy, I mean, right, recruit, how you're recruiting, what's going on there?
Yeah, so I recruit because when I heard passive income, that was like a big thing for me because I I can vision myself in a life where um, eventually I become like just a mentor for other people and I can make money in my sleep. So it's like just thinking that simple, like that's what I want to see in years to come and just building that now so that I can have that later. So yeah, the passive income is what inspired me to start building.
I love it. I love it. Man, y'all are so young. I want y'all to keep the power of y'all's dreams and visions. So to always protect that. Don't let any one of us ever tell you that this can't be done. This is too hard. I promise what y'all see right now, it can get so much better. So I love that for both of y'all. Let's dig into some activity, right? Getting started again, two, two, 2 weeks into 3.5 weeks, right? For you, Billy, something like that. Um, let's talk a little bit about activity and what's allowed you to generate that kind of production on both of y'all's level. Um, right? Like, and so let's do Jimmy. Right? What are your dials? What were you trained? Why is it's been, I don't want to say easy, but you've kind of just jumped into it and right started beating up the phones and crushing it. So
Yeah, I would say so minimum I have to hit at least 200, but I'm always going for 400. So it's non-negotiable for 200, but I have to go for 400 because I know the more I dial, the better numbers I'm gonna get. And for me, what helped me at first, I was like nervous when I was on the phone at first because I was coming back to it and I was like, I'm a little nervous and stuff like that. But once I started doing it every single day and just pushing through that, and then just keep dialing and dialing and dialing, and then if I find myself like I'll just take a little breather, a little 5 minute breather, and then come back and then just try to stay focused and just do what I need to do. And then if I do find myself like getting distracted and stuff, I'll like take a step back. I'm like, okay, I need to focus. Like this is what I need to do. I came here to work, and I have to remind myself, like we're here to work. But
I
yeah.
love that. I love that. Right. And 200 dials, right? Um, one, you got to feel comfortable, right? I don't even want to say you ever get to a comfort level, right? It's still nerve wracking for us to unmute and dial and stuff. Um, but how did you memorize the script? How did that process look like? What's allowed you to put up those dials, right? Because let's just do that, right? Like, how'd you memorize the script? What'd you do for that?
Yeah, I mean, pretty simple. Just read it 100 times and then just memorized it in the day. And then the next day I knew what the script was because I practiced I saying it over and over and over. And it's just those repetitions that really set in stone, like, okay, this is what I've been practicing for. And then now it's just execution and then just applying it, I would say.
In one day, did you get to 100 in one day? How many times did you repeat it in one day or practice go through it?
I think I did over 100 actually. That's probably why I know the script. Like,
Got it. And then that's allowed you. You feel like that's helped you be a lot more comfortable because I mean after that, right? I just see, again, I don't want to say you're super comfortable because you're not, right? You still get nervous, right? But I mean, how has that helped you dial? What's your mindset on, right? Because you've been getting beat up on the phone, right? And I see you just keep on doing it.
yeah. Well, I knew getting beat up on the phone was part of the job, so that I already knew. So that doesn't really bother me. I mean, there's gonna be the people. We're looking for the yes, though. That's what the mindset is. I'm always because I know that some people are gonna say no and stuff, but I just need that one yes. That's all you need. You just need that one yes. And I would say just, I mean, I guess it just comes down to like basically just dial, learn the script, and just dial. Like I mean, I don't know how else to say. I mean, you just gotta dial. You just gotta pick
Right?
up the
You
phone
just
and
got to
dial.
pick up the phone. Um, right. I asked you something yesterday and I loved your answer. That I hope we can phrase it exactly the way it came out. But I was like, the first couple of dials are so nerve wracking and it's hard to go through the script. Like, how did you get better at it, right? On going through the script. Do you remember your answer?
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I remember.
Right? What would you? So the answer was, I just keep dialing more and got better at it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the only way. I mean, I feel like it goes for anything. If you want to get better at something, you have to do it.
Again, right? I don't know if it's a 19-year-old mind of just this is what I got to do and us overcomplicating it, right? But if any one of y'all are like, I'm not good on the phone, I feel this, it's nervous, I don't want to live dial. It, guess what's the only way that's going to get you better at it? More dials, right? And so I just these two have crossed the 200 dial a day like nothing, but only because they work themselves up to it, right? And either one of y'all want to speak to that, right? Like, one of the questions, again, we're not hurting feelings. We're just giving y'all real talk that happens in our office, right? Like we're training Jimmy and Billy and going like, hey, 200 dial, 6 appointment is what a bare minimum you should be doing, right? Until you get good at this. If you're not putting up $15,000 in production and issue paid business, making 10 grand, you should be dialing 200 dials a day or 6 appointments, right? And both of y'all have gone through that process, right? But one of your what's allowed you to not stop, right? Like Jimmy, me and you had a conversation one time. We were going through band, right? Because I was showing you what people post and dials, and one of your questions was why are they only dialing 50 dials, 20 dials, 100 dials, 80 dials? And I'm like, that's a great question, right? I'm like, they just choose to stop, right? And knowing that answer that I gave you, Jimmy, and your question being why don't they get to 200 or why don't they stop? What has allowed you, or what can you give us of I don't think you've ever been under $200 for a week or so now, right? And
Yeah.
and I see you do it so easy. In fact, I'm almost worried a lot of times. I'm like, stop, get back to dialing, right? And you're like, I'm already at like 230. And I'm like, whoa, right? Like you've simplified that for yourself. I mean, and being on both sides, right? I remember when you first asked me a week ago. So here's the question, right? You asked me a week ago, or about a week and a half, of why do people stop? Now I'm going to reverse the question for you: is what's allowed you to not be under $200 a day? Like, what's your mindset, or what can I don't know the answer to that, right? What's allowed you to be at 200, and you do it so easy now.
Yeah, I break them into for me, I break them into sessions. So my first goal is I got at least have 200 dials by like let's just say this morning. So this morning, if I'm gonna take a break or something, I have to at least have 200 dials that I already did. And that's how I just pretty much hit the goal. And then the afternoon I try to do the next 200 to get my daily 400. And then that's pretty much how I do it. But a minimum, I always have to have like that first set done, pretty much that first dial session, I would say.
Love it. Um, I mean, I don't know. Is it possible for you to dial under 200 at this point?
I mean, I just know like if I want to get the results that I'm aiming for, I have to put up even more than what I'm doing now. So I'm actually trying to aim higher. I'm trying to make 400 the normal now. So once I could get that done, then I feel like my numbers are going to be even higher than what they are now. So yeah, it's just basically
And
just
we've talked about IPAs, right? And you remember what an IPA, right? Income producing activity, right? So
yeah.
dialing, um, right? Remember the numbers, right? You probably dial about 40 to 50 dials an hour. How many hours do you think you actually work getting you to your, let's say, your 300 dials a day? And whatever that number is for you, right? Like I want the truth there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think right now. I mean, okay, so the first morning's like 7. Because like yesterday, I feel like I got to and I booked appointments too. So, um, I don't know. I mean, so we're talking about the whole day, right?
How many actual hours do you think it really took you to get to your dials yesterday?
Probably maybe 4 hours. Like I could do more. That's why I'm trying to push myself to do even more because it's not even that long. It seems like a long time, but that's why you have to make it fun, like we were talking about earlier. So it's like you have to make it fun so then it doesn't feel like, oh, I gotta dial, oh, I gotta do this. Instead, make it fun, make it a game. Like that's what you told me, and that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Love that. And let's go to you, Billy, right? Like, did you put up some massive dial numbers too? I mean, what has helped you with the script? What's allowed you? I don't think you've ever been under 200 dials in a long time too, right? Like I mean, just what's gotten you there?
Yeah, so just constant practice. I used to sit next to my dad while I was dialing, and after every dial, I would just be like, "Hey, Dad, I did this," or like, "This guy said something. Can you help me on that?" So like, even if you don't have a mentor right next to you, just call him, and they'll be more than happy to, share something with you. And that's how I got good at the script, just constantly doing that. And guys, I just want to let you know for anyone who's starting out or has been here for a little bit and feels uncomfortable on the phones, the first 2 weeks I've been here, I was like choking up when I was talking to people. Like, I literally felt like I was running out of breath as I was talking to them. I couldn't finish a sentence. I was like, yeah, it felt like I was drowning in the water. But you just gotta get through that to get to like where you're better at that. So there's no way around that. Just cold
Do
plunge
it.
and
I
then
love
just do
it.
it.
What did you do to memorize your script?
What I did to memorize my script was I would listen to SoundCloud, specifically the Sarah Pappas one. It all starts on the phone. And I would basically compare that to my script. And I would just go through it a little bit in my off time, but mainly just practicing it while I was dialing because I wanted to just get less uncomfortable like in the field working. So mine was just mainly trial by error. Um, and yeah, that's how I got better at that.
I love it. What do y'all use for dialers?
I use Wave Dialer.
Okay.
What do you use, Jimmy?
We're talking about like for
Your system,
tracking.
your dialer, how do you dial? No, which is you're on a dialer, right?
Yeah, funnel. The
Funnel.
Yeah, Jimmy uses Funnel. I use Wave. Yeah, if you guys could get an auto dialer, it's great. From what I found personally, the past few weeks, you could get about 100 dials in an hour if you just truly
All right,
crank it
buddy.
out. So yeah, um, Yeah, just crank it out. And Joe, I think you're gonna ask me like what's gotten me through it. How am I able to commit to this? I'm not gonna lie, guys. Right next to me is my fold phone, and while I'm dialing, I watch YouTube. So that's my secret. I have this Minecraft stream pulled up, and whenever someone picks up when I'm dialing, I just pause it and I'm like, "Oh, hey Jenny, this is Billy, and I'm just getting back to you about the form." And so that's allowed me to grind because if it's not fun, then you're gonna struggle a lot. So
I
just
love
make
that.
it fun.
I love that. I mean, man, I'm telling y'all, y'all want to find faster and better success for yourselves, right? And I'm talking for everyone here, right? Is what would the teenage version of you do to make yourself do this? Because we would simplify it and make it so much fun. I love it. When Billy told me that he's on YouTube, I'm like, dude, no one knows I'm on my phone like this, just literally doom scrolling while my dialer is just going and somebody picks up, right? But we overcomplicate this or adult ourselves into like, nope, I got to be super formal, right? Like no distraction, right? If you're a parent, you're like, I can't have a kid come into the room or my dog or nothing. I need complete silence. And it's so far from the truth. And I tell y'all this because I used to do the same thing. I hated it when my kids would walk into my office and I was working. And let me tell y'all, this is a whole new world. When COVID happened and we went virtual, we were working from home, and they know it, and it's okay, right? Like even as we're dialing, like what is wrong with us dialing and we're watching we're binge watching a Netflix series and somebody picks up the phone and so they heard a little bit. What was that? Oh, I'm over here watching blank series, right? I was watching Suits I watched all 9 seasons in like 2 weeks, James. I'm a Harvard graduate for law degree. I promise y'all. I can defend us, Billy. I got y'all. You need a lawyer, right? And they would pick up, and sometimes they would hear it, and I just lower it. Like it's not a big deal, right? Like we have to figure out how to make this fun, and I think we over, right? I don't know. I'm gonna create a word here, right? We adultify it, right? Like we're like it has to be so formal. Like it doesn't. There can be noise. Elijah, I see you're on here, but if you can unmute, I mean, anything you can give us, right? Like dialing at this version, it's just simplifying it too, right? Like it's just been really cool to watch y'all two do this. I don't know if Elijah's out there. Maybe he's not listening now. He put a comment in there. Um, I don't know. Anything else, Jimmy, you can add to that of what you do to make this fun and just take your mind off of the stress of it? Because, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's one of y'all's biggest advantage. I watch y'all not make this as nervous for y'all or right. Anything y'all have on that?
Uh, yeah, I would say so. At first, I was nervous coming back into this and dialing, and then you told me one day because I told you I was like, ah, man, I'm nervous, man, talking to people. I was like, it's like I know the script, but sometimes I still get nervous just talking to the people. And then you just like just have fun with it. Just and it's literally that. It's just changing that mindset. It comes down to mindset and just have fun with it. And then I think that really it was like a switch. And then now I'm just trying to do that with appointments. And then so then I'm comfortable running appointments. After that, I know I'm gonna crush it. It's the sky's the limit after that. It's yeah, but yeah, I would just say just really changing that mindset. Like don't look at it that way. It's always perspective. It's how you're looking at it. So if you're like, oh, I gotta dial, then you're already like setting yourself up kind of for failure because then you're like, oh, I gotta dial. But if you're like, no, it's time to book appointments. It's time to like, we're gonna make some money. Like just look at the bright side. And I think it comes down to, I would say, your mindset and your perspective on how you're looking at that.
That's so good. Billy, anything on that?
Yeah, just something that Xander said to me before I even started. He's like, if you get like just a bunch of your guys and you're in the room dialing together, it's kind of like you're playing like Call of Duty, but you're
Oh,
making
that's so
money.
good.
So yeah.
I love that, right? Let's talk a little bit about that, the workroom. Right? Just while y'all are dialing, and Billy, you live dial. right? Jimmy heard that Billy live dials. He's like, oh, I got a live dial, and we'll actually hit on that too, Jimmy, because I want to talk about that, right? But like Billy, let's start with you. What's allowed? I mean, that's dude. Nobody wants to live dial because it's nerve wracking. Like, what? Why? How? Like, what's giving you that confidence, or right? Or probably is not right. The reality is probably not confident, right? It's super nerve wracking.
Yeah, super nerve-wracking. My dad said like I should start like in the first couple weeks I was doing it. I was like, no, I don't want to start now. But I did, and I was still nervous. I still stumbled through the script a little bit, but like I honestly didn't really care at the end of the day because there were so many people in there, and they were all there to help me. So it was like I just saw it as free training and APV because what I learned early on is every hour dialed in the workroom live is 2,200 APV on average. So, another thing, Joe, I'll just mention what I like to do, guys, is at the end of my dialing sessions, I like to just see how much money per dial was made, and then I just add that up, and then I'll be like, oh, great, today from dialing. I didn't close anything, but so far I made 400 bucks. So I think that's pretty cool. Just knowing your numbers, and that gives more like motivation and ease of like just knowing that you're on the right track for doing the work.
Love it. I love it. The fact when you told me that, the fact that you knew an hour equals 2,200, that was a super proud moment for you, buddy. I love that, right? And then you go like, hey, and then I break down my dials, and I know because of the dials that I've done, it's blank amount of money I've made, right? Or actually, the way you phrased it earlier was, I know it's coming, right? I know 400 and something bucks is coming. I think that's. Can you speak to maybe on that part, and Jimmy, you too, because we've talked about this. Right? Like, I think that's something to do with why y'all don't stop, right? Like Jimmy, you asked the question, why do people stop at 50 dials, 80 dials, 30 dials for the day, right? Like, I mean, Billy, any mindset on that or what you think of, right? Like, again, why do we stop at 80? And is that why you don't stop? I don't know. I guess that's my question.
Yeah, so personally, the reason I don't stop is just because if I do under 200 dials, which is what you guys like recommend should be like where you should get to every day, like I just don't feel really good in my stomach. Like I feel like I'm not doing enough for where I want to be and my goals. So for me personally, the 200 is just like me being like, okay, great. Like as Sarah Papa says, like I'm a healthy dialer. I'm making my 1,000 a week, and I'm just sticking to it. And yes, the tracking the numbers and seeing what you make per dial really helps, guys. Like if you haven't done that yet, like it seriously changes everything because you realize like the stuff that you're doing today actually is gonna prove itself out in the near future. So.
Let me give you some mad prompts here, Billy, because the fact that you know these numbers and you're quoting Sarah Pappas and SoundCloud, like, dude, you've put in work. There's no way, right? Like, I hope y'all are set, like everyone on this call. I hope you also get that nugget. Like, Billy didn't just know this stuff, right? Like, that means he's listened to. And here, I'm not even going to answer that question. Billy, how many hours of SoundCloud do you think you've listened to?
Probably a couple dozen at this point.
Right? Like if you haven't at this level, and I promise you most of y'all haven't, right? Guess what? What would Billy do? Right? What would Jimmy do? Because what would the young version of you not be afraid of? But guess what? You just got to study. I promise y'all, it's the adult in us that says I can just overcome this without putting in the footwork that these two gentlemen have put in. Right? Like, why are you trying to overcome or become a good dialer by not practicing dialing, by not practicing, right? Listening to the SoundCloud audio. A 18-year-old Billy just quoted SoundCloud audio. I hope y'all really hear the power in that. Like that's what's got in him. We're super proud of you, Billy. The fact that you can do, I love that. I love that so much. Um, let's go into uh, right the live dialing. And Jimmy, now you're on the other side, and Billy, you're about 2 weeks ahead of Jimmy, right? And so when did you start live dialing?
I started live dialing about a month ago.
Okay. So right when you start, okay, cool, cool. And Jimmy, right now you heard this. I want to know what a night, right? What's your as a young kid, right? A young adult, right? Like, what's your mindset? Because I loved it when you heard Billy say, and his answer was yes, I live dialed. Literally, Jimmy's reaction was like, oh, great. Now we live dial. And I love that so much. I mean, so what's your mindset on that now? Like, what's Jimmy's next move?
Yeah, I would definitely say, I mean, I was nervous on the phone, but I definitely I have gotten better and now but like it just comes down to just letting go of that ego and like just getting critiqued. You just have to be open for that because you're not gonna get better. Like you don't go into like a boxing gym and just like do whatever and then they're gonna be like they're trying to help you and then they you get mad at them for trying to help you and it's like no, that they're trying to help you get better. So you have to just be open to that. And that's what it's pretty much come down to. It's like, okay, and I know this is gonna help me because like maybe I'm saying something wrong. Maybe this call could have gone a different way if I said this, if I knew this. So it's like, yeah, and I would just say it's just yeah, I mean it's something I need to do just to start getting comfortable and because then it's just gonna get me better. It's gonna be make me a better dialer at the end of the day. That's what it just comes down to.
I love it. And you're super open and I appreciate that a lot. I mean, right? Do you want a live dial right now? Is that a feeling you want to do?
I mean, at first no, but like at the same time, it doesn't seem as nerve-wracking as I guess I'm thinking as it's gonna be. So I mean, I just gotta just do it. I mean, and at the end of the day, I mean, it's just me dialing in front of some people that are over a screen. So it's just like you just break it down to that level. It's like,
Right.
okay, it's not really that bad. It's just all in your mind, you know?
I love that. I love that. Let's get into some appointment setting, right? And kind of the production side of it. Um, and Jimmy, we'll start with you, right? I mean, you booked your first appointment, and I want to go through the process, right? Because man, I don't know if Steve Fiorentino's on here, but I learned some stuff from him at conference, right? Of he gave me the saying, right? Of hey, you know what? A lot of my team doesn't want to book appointments because they're scared to run an appointment. And I'm like, right, I've just been doing this for 7.5 years. I often forget we're scared to run an appointment. And Jimmy, having you here in the office, right? I saw that as a fear in yours, right? Like, if y'all saw, he booked the appointment. He came super happy. We have a bell here. Every time we make a sell, we ring the bell. And he came over here, rang the bell. He's like, I got an appointment on Saturday. And he was super stoked. And then it kind of like sank in for like 10 or 15 minutes. And then he came back and he's like, oh shit, I got to run an appointment. Right? Like, what did you feel? Right? I mean, at that point, you had practiced the script very little, right? Because you focused on the real
Mhm,
on the best script, like you should, right? To
mhm.
book appointments. But now you booked an appointment, and then she confirmed right away, sent you the confirmation. You're like, oh crap, like she's gonna show up. Um,
Yeah.
what did you do to prepare? What were you? And you know what? Let's slow back. What did you feel at that point? Like, oh,
Yeah, and I think I'm speaking for everyone that hasn't booked an appointment. It's gonna be really nerve-wracking, but the way I looked at it is like, okay, once I do it once, I'm like, okay, so then if I start feeling that again, I'm like, wait, we already ran an appointment. So why are we getting scared? And then I just start to like really break it down. I'm like, we've done this before. And I would say what set me up was definitely the role and purpose and then the script and then just reading that over to just to have an idea. Like I'm because I know a lot of people are not gonna memorize the whole thing right off the bat, but I would say at least get like portions of it, the important parts, like explaining what mortgage protection is, the role and purpose, and things like that. And then I pretty much winged it. But I mean, but because like I
I
didn't have
love that.
enough time to like completely
And let's
prepare.
pause there. I hope everybody wrote that down. The first thing he like, let's just do what Jimmy does, right? Like he memorized the role, I'm sorry, the mortgage protect. What is mortgage protection part of it of the script? And that's on just one page. It's like almost half a page, right? The what's mortgage protection part, and then he memorized the role and purpose, right? And then he winged it. Look, that's what we do. It's okay, right? But you just got to do it, right? You just got to move forward. So, what else did you do to prep for the appointment? Because it was like, holy crap, they're gonna show up.
Yeah, so I guess once I saw that confirmation, I was all like, "Ooh, okay." I mean, it's really happening. So then from there, it was just like really just taking a step back and then just calming down, getting my nerves, collecting them, because like, okay, we're gonna run an appointment. So then I just started basically practicing. Like I would definitely recommend at least practice like or just like do like a fake one if you have like your mom or someone or anyone just practice or just maybe by yourself and then just practice like if you're running it, say it out loud, see how it sounds, do it a couple times just to so then when that appointment comes, then you're like, okay, I was already practicing what to say and it won't sound like a robot like you're reading it off the thing. So it's like because you want it to sound natural when it comes to the script and stuff like that. That's why I had to practice a couple times and then because I think I did read the Role and Purpose. That one I was all like, okay, I need to read it, but I made it sound like I was speaking, like not this is this. Like I wasn't talking like that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you're right there, right? And then I want to emphasize on the part that he said he role played and practiced. Listen, he wrote 2,800 in his first home. Like he had that lady hooked, right? Like she wanted it because he ran through this. But here's the thing, right? He practiced, and James, I think you helped him with this, right? I think y'all roll. How many times did y'all roll him? Did y'all role play the appointment? Because I think we don't. Again, we're adults, and we're just like, I'll read it, nah. I'll just wing it, right? But at an even higher level, because we're an adult, and we're like, you know what? Yeah, I can just say it. How many times y'all role play? Because Jimmy, I told you right before when I came into the industry and I had to go do it in person, like James, and you can also add to this. I would call my brother, and he was in Texas, and I was in Arizona, and I'd be like, hey, I just need you to be my client right now, and I would run through the real script. And Jimmy, James, like how many times did y'all go through that?
I mean, I
you
think we
definitely,
did at least like 3 or 4 times,
yeah,
if
I would
not
say so.
more. Because then when he did it
Yeah,
the next day in the morning before his appointment,
yeah,
just to feel confident. And then another thing we kind of helped him was just, I'm like, be prepared. You're gonna write apps. Like these people want it. Like, what are we here for? So I made sure he was able to log into uh Americo, Mutual of Omaha, and then I just told him if you don't know anything, don't get nervous. Just be like, hey, great question. Let me ask my manager, and then just couldn't ask me or Joe.
I love it. How many times, Jimmy, did you uh, pause right to did you pause the appointment and ask us a question in your first appointment? How many times?
oh man, I lost count honestly. Definitely way over like five for sure, probably.
5 times. 5 times he's in his appointment and he says, hey, you know what? Hold on. Let me get you the answer to that. Right? How many of y'all have ran an appointment and then gotten off the appointment and be like, oh man, I messed that all up, or I didn't know the answer and didn't figure it out. And then you get off the appointment and then good luck getting him back on. Right? Like again, we train. Hey, that's a great question. Hold on, call and then call your upline in the appointment. Have you ever called your upline in your appointment? That's a question you need to know. Uh, Mark, so Billy, your dad told me to call him every single appointment, and Steve Devine. I called them in every single appointment. My first easy 4 to 6 months. 4 to 6 months. Every single appointment I ran, Steve will tell you, right? Steve helped me close. Steve Devine helped me close my very first application, my first home too. And it was we were going and then all of a sudden they told me they were diabetic on insulin, and I'm like, oh crap, throw that plan out the window. And Steve, I think you told me to go UHL, and that's what we ended up doing, policy approved, right? But like you gotta call your up again. They're just what would a teenager do, right? And they're just following the system because they don't know any better, right? Like us as an adult, we overcomplicate this. And dude, I just love, Jimmy, that you did that. Um, Anything else you can give us on just your side? What did you do? What do you think helped you close your very first appointment? I mean, what can you get if so a new agent's coming in, and here you're going to experience this soon. You're going to have somebody on your team, and what would you tell them? Hey, do this in your before your first appointment so you can get a good so you can close.
Yeah, so I would definitely say being like friendly, being like because they need to know because you're protecting them. They need to know. They need to feel trusted. Like they need to know like, oh, he's here to he means what he says. And I would definitely say it's like be wary of your tone. Be like I mean I hit it off with with my appointment. Like we were making jokes. We were talking for like an hour, and I was all like, "Is she was going on?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And I got scared because I was like, because I remember you telling me, you're like, you don't want to build too much rapport. I'm like, I think I got more than enough rapport. But yeah, I would definitely just say being like friendly and so that because they need to feel like they can trust you. I would definitely like be like, okay, you got to come from their perspective, put your like yourself in their shoes. Like, okay, would I buy it from myself? You know what I mean? And what else? Definitely like what I said before, go over the role and purpose, role play. That's going to be huge. I would just, yeah, that's exactly what I would say, like role play, because I think role play is huge. It seems like no, it's not, but you're basically, it's like sparring and like, you know, when you box and stuff like that, when you spar, you're basically practice fighting because you're getting real, like ready for the real deal. And it's the same thing with this, I would say. It's like almost like sparring. And then it's a simulation.
Love that. Right. Again, 13, 14 applications between both of y'all and like 13, 14,000 in production. Um, how many appointments did you, right? Jimmy, you have 2 weeks. How many appointments did you book week one and now week two? And I don't know if we're like in week 3.5 or whatever it may be, right? Um, do you remember? And again, roughly, I know y'all don't know those numbers, but how many appointments do you think you booked week one, two, three for both of you?
Week one, I mean, my numbers got it's well over like probably 10 appointments I've booked. And then ran, I would definitely say like 5 or 6, something like that.
It's good. It's good. Billy?
Yeah, for my books, week one, I think was 15. Then week two, 12, week three, 12, and then this week so far I have, let me check. Um, yeah, it's also really good to track your numbers, guys, because like I could just pull up my numbers right now and I don't have to like think about it if I forget. So
Tell your dad that, Billy.
yeah, Dad, are you listening? And then And then yeah, I have 12 so far for this week.
Dude,
So
that's massive. Wow. I mean, what kind of leads? They're all bonus leads?
digital bonus leads. So these are I'm not sure, but like from what Betsy and my dad has told me, they're like the bottom of the barrel. So yeah, that's why dialing so much is so important because like you're gonna get people that will cuss you out. You're gonna get this and that, but like if you get through it, there's gonna be someone you talk to that like you almost can't mess up because they want it. So yeah.
That's good. Wow. 10, 12 appointments on very low level bonus leads and almost every week, Billy. That's very, very impressive. Um, whew, let me think. I mean, anything you two would add, right? Again, I want y'all to help us adults kind of uh, see it in your eyes. Like, what do y'all think? I love y'all's mindset, man. What do y'all think is stopping some of us from going faster or putting in the activity that you two are? Like, what would you coach us on?
Like if I'm being honest, like I I would just like let you guys know that like sometimes it's easy to be too hard on yourself and you just have to like realize that the numbers are the numbers. Your mentors don't want you to mess up. They want you to be better so they can make more with you and to just go through every day knowing that you're working towards something that you envision, hopefully like a dream or some type of life you want, and to just take life with a positive outlook.
Wow, Jimmy.
Um, I mean, for me, I mean, I think people, like you said, they complicate things and I know some people are gonna be like, oh, I didn't dial yesterday or oh, I didn't do that. But the way I look at it is just try to beat yourself. What you did yesterday, I'm gonna beat myself and okay, maybe I did 200 dials yesterday. Don't beat yourself up. Instead, okay, let's go for 300. As long as you're doing something better today, then I think that's what really comes down to like, because then you're basically taking action and because now you're trying to be better. You're trying to be better than yourself yesterday. And that's the way I looked at it. And that's how I saw my numbers go up. Like, I mean, I think at first, like, I was like, because I'm not gonna lie. I mean, and I know some people out there are gonna maybe do a couple dials or so, and that's not a problem. But I would say, okay, if that's the case, then try to do double that, and then start working your way up. And then once you see yourself at a like now, once you know it, you're probably gonna be at like $400. Like, oh my God, I did 400 today, and then all because I was just trying to beat myself every single day.
That's so good. That's so good. Man, you super impressed by both of y'all. Um, one thing I want to hit on too, like yes, both of y'all's dads are in the industry. Um, that means trust is higher with you two than normal. Um, right. And I think one of the biggest things, right, for a new agent or any agent at any point, right, is like, hey, my upline's telling me to do this, right? And either invest in more leads, dial more, right? Why do I stop at 80, 30, 50 dials, whatever it may be? I mean, anything you two can give us on, like, yes, y'all have them as y'all's dad, but right, like, let's, if you took that factor off, right, like, what has trust allowed you to do here, right? And I mean, do y'all get the question, right? Like, what has trust allowed y'all to move, or how has it helped you do what y'all are doing right now and asking the questions y'all are asking? Because I think that's one of the reasons y'all are moving so fast too, right? Like, y'all are just asking a ton of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you want to go first on this, Jimmy, or?
you could go first, Billy.
All right, yeah. I just want to say that, yeah, if my dad wasn't here with me doing all of this, I'd still be where I'm at in this spot. If I kept doing like just calling my mentor and all that, and it has to come from yourself. Like your mentor
Mm.
can't want it as bad as you want it. So you just have to do it. You just have to do it, and then do it yourself, and not rely too much on other people. You just got to take full responsibility and know that this is your business.
So good. Jimmy?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like what Billy was saying is like, I mean, I feel like it just really comes down like, how bad do you want it? Do you really want to make six figures? You know what I mean? Like, and if you do, get those numbers, see what they're doing, and then do those numbers. That's it's. I feel like it's that really that simple, like, when it comes down to like, so you just look at what the top people are doing. I've heard this from a guy that I watch, and he just said it like, he goes to the top people, he sees what they're doing, and he mimics what they're doing, and he starts just testing it out and seeing what works for him. And I feel like you kind of have to do the same here. I mean, if you really want to make six figures, then you have to put in the work, and you have to be willing to ask a lot of questions. That's the only way you're going to progress faster, and you're going to fail. It's part of the process. But I think people think that, oh, if I don't make this amount of money in this certain amount of time, I'm done. But they didn't even give it a chance, and they already set the like a time period on it. Because I feel like if you truly want to transform, it takes a little longer, and I think delayed gratification does play a role in that as well, I would say. So you have to just be willing to put in the work. And if you do mess up, that's fine. Everyone's human, but fix it though. I would definitely just like fix it fast if you really want to see those results.
Who are you people? This is insane. This is like it's like inner Elijah. Help me. This is like interviewing elite producers here.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
What?
I've been doing stuff
What?
this whole call. This is one of the best calls I've been on in such a long time. Like these guys just got it. They got it. You know what I mean? Like they see the vision, they know what they need to do. They're asking questions, and then they're freaking doing it. Dude, so
Man,
stoked that these guys are on our team. What are they, 19, 20? Incredible.
18 and 19, dude.
Incredible. I'm getting
Oh,
fired up. I might have to go make 200 dials today just to fit in.
right? We got 3 minutes. Let's two questions. Anyone want to ask these gentlemen a question? This is so good. It's insane. Anyone?
I
just
have a
want to
question.
say, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Peter. I'm so sorry.
Sorry. What I've noticed is everything that both of these young men have come out to be positive. There was no negativity in anything they did. There was always around it or through it or over it. Congratulations on your mindset. I think for both of you, you've had great mentors that you live with. Jimmy and Billy, you've got some great people to learn from and to mimic. And I just leave you one thought a fellow told me a long time ago. I didn't hear any of you guys giving any excuses. And this guy that was a Marine in San Diego told me, Peter, an excuse is an admission of failure. And you guys didn't give any excuses that, I just couldn't get through it, or the lady hung up on me. She told me, don't call me, remove me from the list. You just thought, okay, she's having a bad day. I'm having a good day. I keep going forward. Congratulations to both of you.
Thanks, Peter. That's awesome.
Thank you,
Brooke?
Peter.
Man, I just gotta say thank you guys both for everything you said. I took 2 pages of notes on that, reflected on my younger self, and oh my gosh, I'm just so thankful to have that remembrance that you have to get rid of the embarrassment. We go through our whole life collecting things, what good or bad, and I feel like through this business there's definitely been times where I've been shy of putting myself out there, and seeing you guys be so young and vulnerable and just truly put yourself out there with no ego has been so eye-opening for me. Thank you so much.
I love it. I love it.
Thanks,
Shia,
Brooke.
My name is pronounced Asia. Lovely
Asia.
to meet all of you. I just want to say thank you for giving me the inspiration. My dad always said my mouth moves like a clattering bell. So I like to speak to people, and why didn't I lower my hand? But anyway, I am very inspired by you guys, and thank you for allowing me to know that I can let my inner self out and I don't have to be in this little box, because, people are like, be in the box, be in the box. And I'm far from being in a box. I'm really one of those. Hi, how you doing? My name is Asia. How you doing? So
I love
I
it. So true.
thank you.
These two are definitely out of the box. And again, thank you.
I
Man,
will be joining you guys soon, though. Just
I love it. They
Thank
want
you.
a challenge. I love it. But just again, wow, you two. It's insane. Yeah, I mean, it was literally like talking to elite producers right now. Very impressed. Keep doing what y'all are doing. Again, y'all left me and wow, I took a ton of notes. So thanks for hopping on.